Alright, hello everyone. Dude, these hands appear to be broken.
How, and may I add D?
Oh my.
That is not right at all.
I'm too sad to introduce myself.
Well, then
I'm too sad to introduce anything.
Perfect for this. Then. Also, yeah, Cord. I think you locked my hand on me or something.
No, it just a deal, so it shouldn't have done that.
Can't touch my own hand.
Hold on.
Oh, you've already contracted hand disease.
Oh, here, that's weird. Yeah, let me, yeah, here we go. This is working.
That's weird.
That is very weird. I've never seen that happen before. Ah, but yes, there we go.
Okay, whatever.
So, tonight we are playing a very interesting game, a very sad game. And my hand is doing the same. What are you doing? Right. So, this is a special little game known as Gloom. Gloom is a game about a group of sad families living sad lives and inevitably dying sad deaths. The goal of this game is to make these families as miserable as humanly possible, and then kill them off as quickly as possible, while ensuring the other families are happy, healthy, and irritatingly alive.
That disease, heartache, and packs of rabid flesh-eating mice just seemed. It just seems things can't get any worse. They do. Things can't get any worse. Whatever. But yeah, my cards are super wonky right now, but we can at least read them, so they're fine for the moment.
Yeah. I can probably just try another layout of this table and see if that works.
Let's give that a shot just real fast before we get going.
Yeah, let's see.
Wow.
Oh, what?
Vastly different scene.
That is significantly brighter.
Oh, man.
Significantly.
Alright, so I'm gonna try to... Okay, well...
Oh, that's a pretty
You don't want to shuffle that before
Check that
you
out.
Yeah,
start drawing?
About right.
Yeah, that's nice. Also, where am I?
No.
Oh, yeah, this...
I'm unironically loving the fact that we're playing this on like a sunset hill that looks like part of a Sonic level.
Honestly, that was the first thing that I saw as well. It was just sort of like, wow, this seems way too cheery for a game like this.
Gotta be sad fast.
Seriously. Hang on. It appears if you just try to automatically draw, that's what causes some of it to bugger up.
Well, we're not getting a lot of card art on this, but it's fine.
No, the cards in your hand are supposed to be transparent.
Oh, okay then. Well,
they are transparent overlays that go on top of the cards in front of you. But yeah, I multi-drew cards into my hand, and they are all screwed up now. So somebody come touch the cards in my hand.
Let's see.
Go back
Actually,
to your cards.
Since we know what was happening, we just need to... We can just do this in our nice, fancy manner, and just draw the cards by hand. That seems to work better.
Or you just do the deal thing, since that worked for the first time.
Yeah, except that's what caused it to bug out for me and Coolguy, so...
Oh, it did?
Yeah. So yeah, just draw your cards by hand.
How many do we draw?
Five. Yeah.
Good one!
I have card draw-itis.
Okay. Got 5.
5.
Wait, how do I flip them over?
F.
F.
To pay respects.
Did you know that there was a racing series called Zero, but they added the F to pay respects after it died?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Are you freaking kidding me? They all just... The third one I drew screwed up. Can anybody see this one on the end here?
I cannot see it as such.
Well, can anybody, like, final card? Are you able to like grab this card?
Let's see.
Here on the end, or
no?
Because I can't interact with it either now.
Okay,
Man, this is the Dark Souls of card games.
Yeah, just draw another 2 cards and ignore that one.
Well, like it's sitting there, like in my hand, and it's now going to overlap with everything.
There you go.
Oh, geez, now it's
working now.
Whatever you did fixed it.
Okay, cool.
Seems if I
back on there and shuffle that.
Okay, yeah. Let me know if a card is locked, and I can just right-click it and deal it into your hand, and that seems to fix it.
All right, so it seems like we've beaten the first level cards.
Yeah.
Beaten our card levels. Cord, why don't you go first and show us how it's done?
Right. Now, on each turn, you can make 2 plays. You can play modifier cards on your cards or someone else's. You can play an event card. You can play an untimely death if you were the first player in a round. You can discard your entire hand, or you can choose to pass. After that, you can draw it back up to your hand. So to begin with, how about we start with our friend Darius Dark here, the ringleader of Dark's Den of Deformity.
Carnival was in Dark's blood, and there's quite a lot of blood in the card.
Yes. Now, of course, he hasn't exactly been successful at this whole carnival business. In fact, he's been quite terrible at it.
The bearded man. I'm
Yes.
sorry. It's just really funny to me.
He ended up...
Just, like...
Yes.
Like, that might be the shittiest carnival attraction I've ever heard.
He has a bearded man and an illustrated lady who covers her entire body.
Oh.
And of course, his family realized his terrible hiring practices, and his terrible operating practices, and his terrible promotion practices. We don't talk about... Yes. So, they decided it would be a good idea to, write him out of the will.
There's a will, there's a way to get treated out of your share.
Yeah, poor Mr. Dark. And, of course, we can't forget about Mr. Simon O'Toole over here, the bearded man, clearly the greatest attraction at this carnival. He's had it rough. He's had it very rough. Because people just look at him and say, that's just a man with a beard. And of course, he gets harassed every day. Because they think he's a scam, a ruse. He even gets chased by children who throw rocks and stones in the remains of their lunch.
They can break your bone.
Yes, there were quite a lot of rocks. Some think they were part of the lunch. It's hard to tell sometimes. So,
now,
yes.
You'll note that that card has an effect on the bottom as well.
Sure.
Yep.
You have one card of your choice from your hand to player to your right.
Who would be me? I would like a card, please.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Then I will draw up to a hand of... And we'll go clockwise as usual, and play will pass to Mian. Mian, how go things over there at... How go our friends over there at Castle Slogar?
If I had to say it in a word, that word would be shitty.
Good a word as any.
Rude.
God, this
Can I can put cards on other people's, right?
Yes, you can, especially put positive effects on other people. For the record, the goal is to go into the negative as far as possible.
Get way on down there. Just way on down there and then kill their asses.
You know what? I believe I am contractually obligated to make sure that this dog gets a good picnic in the park. A jug of wine, a loaf of bread, and a pack of wolves. That sounds like a good day for a puppy dog.
For what it's worth, this is where the unfaithful hound.
Now, can I kill someone now?
No,
no, you cannot play it as the second play in a turn.
Gotcha. But now I can discard things, and...
You can choose to discard if you'd like, yes.
Do I get a draw, and can I use them this round?
No.
No, you can choose to discard your entire hand.
Okay.
It's the second action.
What do I have? Oh, whoa. So I have... So
I'm looking at it, according to this rules here, unless they changed it, you cannot choose to discard only part of your hand. You have to discard your entire hand.
Whole thing.
Right. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So, being as this person is a brain in a box,
as you do.
Sometimes they don't change the water quite right. And, you know, it gets murky in there, and it's a little bit rough to keep yourself together.
There is no sand.
So, yeah. And I'm going to discard... Now, can I kill other people's people, or only my own?
You can kill anybody's. We did miss that the Picnic in the Park does have a draw 2 cards effect on it. So Coolguy does get to draw 2 cards.
Oh, I get to draw 2 cards. I would have thought it would have been...
Oh, Gozel. Now imagine those 4 Grim Reapers without the ball.
Family goes on.
Alright, I'm going to discard...
You discard the lot if you discard.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah. So where do they go? Where's the discard pile?
We'll put it right over here.
Because I had 3 kill someone cards, and I'm not feeling that yet.
No, wait. What do you... Hold on.
Yeah, you always draw back up to a full hand at the end of your turn.
Which is 5.
Hold on. He played 2 cards as his 2 plays.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't draw. You wouldn't be able to discard. You wouldn't have any access.
But his second card, his Went Wildly Mad card, says discard 1 card from your hand every time you play a modifier card, including this one. So he does get a discard for playing that card.
Oh, then let me decide what I'm discarding. Oh God!
And away they go.
I swear to God, dude. Whoops.
This is why I like the Steam version better, because this is all automated.
No, I gotta flip it. Which one's this? I want to keep... Oh, come here, sons of bitches. Which one am I tossing? I'm tossing this one, and then I draw back up.
You draw until you have 5 cards, yeah.
Alright, it is now Coolguy's turn.
Alright. So, I'm playing as the
Blackwater Watch. The Blackwater Watch.
Blackwater Watch, right. So, we've got the old dam, Willem Stark, the weirdo handyman, serial killer lady, a redheaded stepchild, and a dog that is somehow not a good boy. That seems like fake news to me.
I don't believe that.
He's not a good boy. He's okay.
He's really happy about it, though.
Standards were poor back then.
Standards were much worse back then. Well, the handyman was very helpful around the house, but he had a particularly horrible flaw that made him a lot more difficult for him to do his job. He was just terrified of the topiaries that were around. I can't even understand how these two things interact, but apparently they managed it.
For generations, we've cut down trees at Christmas time. Now it's payback time.
And the redheaded stepchild, nobody liked that kid. Not even wildlife. Because he pierced by all sorts of porcupines. Now what exactly he was doing in a wild porcupine nest, we'll never know. But we do know that he came out looking worse than that one dog in Homeward Bound.
Oh, don't remind me of Homeward Bound. I'm just sad.
He was probably trying to create his own Sonic OC.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, and I've still got 5 cards. So you go ahead, Circle.
Did you know that that male porcupines like to pee on things, including female porcupines.
Son of a bitch.
I mean, it's better than trying to hold it in your entire life.
I don't know.
Anyway, what am I playing as? The Wellington Smythe family, it looks like?
You are playing as Hemlock Hall.
Whatever it is, he did it.
Yeah, well, that would be Butterfield the Butler.
Oh, and of course, you have to have creepy twins.
He did it a lot.
Like the Butler.
He did it so many times that the ghosts of all his victims came to greet him.
Was greeted by ghosts. This is what you get for revisiting. That's brilliant.
Why zoink, Scoob?
So that caused me to discard 3 cards, so I'm going to pitch...
Have we played any games that aren't about ghosts being jerks?
I mean,
Red Dragon Inn.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Yeah, but that's because it was about us being jerks instead.
That's because no one picked the ghost.
Somebody picked Lich King.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, yeah. So yeah, all of our games have involved
Ghosty.
ghosts being jerks. He's
And
undead.
he was greeted by so many ghosts, in fact, that when the Wellington Smythes had their annual dance, he was far too distracted and disgraced. Whoa, that was not supposed to happen.
No.
The overlay is not working correctly. Way to go.
Here, let me try this.
That is a dude who is pretty fucked up right there.
Lock. And if I lock this down, there we go.
Yeah, that works.
Right.
So yeah, he was disgraced at the dance because he couldn't do his butlery correctly.
Last shoes. Good thing.
Yeah, I'll lock these as they go down, so that way they overlay properly.
All right, Cord.
Alright, final chord.
Alright, let's see. Wonders and horrors shall happen today. Now, there's a couple of things that can be said about our good friend Mr. Giggles. His makeup practices might be questionable, but, normally he has quite good shows. He's very good with animals. Though sometimes the animals are less than cooperative. Like that one time when he was startled by snakes. Not to mention being vexed by vipers and angered by asps.
He was also peeved by pythons.
Yes, of course. Very peeved by pythons. Though
Not to mention consternated by constrictors.
Yes. Honestly, our good friend Mr. Giggles is better at puns than he is at performing.
There were some real nasty noodles.
Okay, alright.
Welcome to Hanna-Barbera's Gloom, everyone.
Yeah, no,
I've actually been rewatching the old Kirby anime.
Oh no.
That has Escargoon.
Oh no.
Also Meta Knight standing on literally everything because he can't get over how short he is.
Yes.
I am Antonio Banderas. I mean Meta Knight.
Dude, that was actually the one movie that I need to see. Never did the Puss in Boots movie because Antonio Banderas as Puss in Boots was like the runaway star of the Shrek movie.
Yes.
I don't know who cast the voice actors for that Kirby cartoon because King Dedede is just a southern plantation owner and Escargoon is just, oh my gosh.
It's a wonder in many ways. Now, of course, things aren't all bad out here and wherever this is. Probably Missouri for how miserable it is. No, things aren't all bad. Now, our good friend And the butler, he had a pretty rough day. Especially with that dance, goodness, sweeping up all that glass took hours. Of course, that tires you out a bit, so when he finally laid down in his small little cleaning closet under the stairs, you find that he was able to sleep without sorrows, and get a small bit of respite from the misery of his life.
Mr. Eyeball Plucker?
Don't worry about him.
I am glad that is a P.
If it was an F, we would all be in serious trouble here.
Like,
I feel like my mind would be violated just being in the approximate mental area of that.
No,
talk
don't
about
worry.
Brain fuck.
He's in the other closet. Don't worry.
All right, Myan, you're up.
Oh boy. What do I have? I have... Whoop, not that button. What is you can't play event cards? Is that... What does that mean?
Event cards are the other kind of cards that are not modifiers or untimely deaths.
Does that mean I can never play them again or just this round?
As long as you have that modifier in play, you cannot play them.
Okay, and somebody dying takes it away.
Correct.
Or it being overridden.
Yeah, or if it's overridden.
Alright, well, I think... Yeah, I think that it's time for old Boxtissimo over here. They didn't do spring cleaning for a while. They kind of forgot he was still hanging around, and he died old and alone.
Very, very old, one could presume.
How
And of course,
tragic.
this was still technically murder, and they needed to frame someone. Luckily, they had a teddy bear.
Yes. Grogar, the work in progress.
So he went to prison.
Of course, blame the science experiment for the mishap of science.
That will do it.
Alright then. So, from my perspective, let's see here. Well, so in addition to having a wonderful night's sleep one night after that absolutely horrible week, our butler friend ended up going out.
And why are you all picking on the butler?
Not picking him. He's doing great.
A wonderful time. Getting all sorts of winnings at his cards. That was very, very fortunate. But speaking of fortunate, it is most certainly not what happens with Little Miss Serial Killer, because after she missed one of her targets, turned out that target was a gypsy. The gypsy was just like, you will never do that again. The next time you try to kill someone, it will be you instead.
Jinxed by gypsies.
Jinxed by gypsies. And that card reduces my draw limit, so just gonna draw one, and that'll be that for me.
Well, excuse me. Luckily for Angel, in a polite society of the time, gypsies are frowned upon. So when everyone heard that she had been jinxed by gypsies, she became the toast of the town.
My draw limit is increased by 1 card.
Enjoy your 15 minutes of fame. Next stop, a lifetime of dull misery.
And as for the butler, his success at cards went to his head. He kind of shirked his butlering duties and, started to become more of a living the Miller High life and was driven to drink.
Living the Miller High life. I love that.
Oh, Lord. The Miller High Life is just code for having a double wide at the trailer park.
Anyway, go ahead, Final Court.
Alright.
I got room for my guns and my dog.
Now, the illustrated lady, she has to keep up with all those tattoos. It's such a pain to manage all of them at once. She has to keep on covering them up and covering them up. And also, keeping them clean is a problem, and she just gets so distracted. And also, by the point that she ran out of rubbing alcohol, she went to liquor cabinet instead and just kept going. She started drinking. She was absolutely ruined by rum.
My brother had a really fun game involving rum. It was called Pirate. It's where you'd go to the pool and you drink rum, and because you were drinking rum next to a body of water, that made you a pirate, and that was the game.
It sounds like a very short-lived game. Mostly it ends in just drinking more.
He also had one called Russia, and that's when you don't pay your electric bill and you drink vodka in the dark.
Damn. Incineration.
Yeah.
He used to be real good at that game.
And of course, we have our good friend Thumbelisa, the tiny diminutive diva who Darius Stark decided to promote the lacking operatic talents of, despite the fact that she's a tiny woman. That seems like it'd be much more interesting. But of course, on her way back to her tent, the long, long journey, she ended up having to hide under a bucket as a torrential, mild shower meant that she couldn't make the rest of the journey safely. And when you're tiny, scattered showers is basically a hurricane.
Yep.
And so she was starved in a storm as she had to hide out in a bucket for a week.
Terrible.
And so it passes.
Absolutely terrible.
So it passes to me on.
Let's see. So Grogar has the little crow icon. What's that weird bat icon? What's that? Is that someone else's? Oh no, that's from an event. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
like
have a lot.
Cousin Mordecai over here has the bat icon.
Well, unfortunately, being a gravedigger, it's hard work. You know what you do a lot with gravedigger?
Gig?
Meat. You know what loves meat? Vermin.
I was menaced by mice.
There's only so many mice you can beat to death with a shovel. And that number is less than the amount of mice that he was accosted by.
I feel like this is a largely philosophical question. Like, how many 5-year-olds could you beat up?
Enough.
No, yeah. Well, the difference is that this guy, it was not enough.
I mean, look, Darius was offering him the deal on the novelty double shovel, and, just didn't buy it, and this is what you get.
He was broke, he had no money.
That's why I cut him a deal. Free tickets.
Also, I've got
free
more
tickets
bad
to the
news
gun show
about the teddy bear.
Oh Lord.
Turns out he wasn't the best prisoner. They had to ship him off somewhere else to a higher security prison. And they just left him on the train.
God, where did they put him on? The fucking Snowpiercer?
And that is my turn.
and you still cannot play event cards.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to fix that.
Jesus, look at your hand.
Alright, cool guy.
So, while the bearded man was being chased by children, something absolutely horrible happened. Absolutely terrible. Because
He found a razor.
he was chased so much that he simply ran out of air. And that was the end of poor Samson O'Toole.
Look, it's hard to breathe through all that beard.
As a dude with a really big beard can confirm.
I mean, he wanted to try growing it. He thought that growing it out might make for a better performance, but it was just too much.
All right, and beyond that, I need to discard the rest of my hand because holy crap, guys!
Well, hey, you get to draw up to 6 now, thanks to Angel being the toast of the town.
You know what the worst thing that can happen when you have a beard is?
What's that?
Mm-hmm.
You get a cold.
Oh
yeah.
God.
Don't remind me.
That happened to me, and I'm like, I'm shaving this as soon as I can. Unfortunately, I was in a Greek monastery where they don't believe in shaving, so it took a while.
Yeah, no,
that is very specific.
Sounds like there's
No.
quite a story behind that.
Yeah, there's some stuff happened. I lived in a monastery for a while.
As you do.
Yeah, I feel like I need to ask more questions about that.
And then I told folk stories in the Smoky Mountains for a bit. It's some stuff happened. Whose turn is it?
I believe it's my... And speaking of stories, the butler's gone through quite a lot, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's everybody else was like, "Who's it my turn?"
Well,
Yeah,
the butler has been tipping things back. He's gone through all of his card winnings. He's turned into an alcoholic. He's been trying to get beer on the down low from some shady salespeople, and unfortunately, they swindled him.
Oh dear.
I mean,
They just gave him some
Windows
paint thinner.
sales.
give one card of your hand of your choice. What are words even? Give one card of your choice from your hand to the player on your right. This is deal of a lifetime, a very short lifetime.
So, cool guy can have this card.
What do we got here?
Also, Naren, I'm a little late to your question, but yeah, ghosts can be not jerks.
Very rarely.
It's rare enough that I haven't seen it.
And in fact, he wasn't even able to pay the salespeople who swindled him. So they started spreading rumors. They told basically the entire town of all of his shenanigans. How they cheated him, they reminded him of how he disgraced himself at the dance, turned the whole town against him, and he was unfortunately burned by a mob.
Oh,
whole damn mob. Yeesh.
That is absolutely god awful.
Because, 50 people with torches and pitchforks can't be wrong.
Or at the absolute least, nobody is going to tell them they're wrong.
what do you mean the peasants are revolting? They're not that ugly.
still basically recovering from the flu. I shouldn't be laughing that hard.
Cool guy. Yeah, the next death card is going to be on Cool Guy himself.
There's a reason I made the description of this thing Cool Guy Simulator, because holy shit. A lot of the shitty stories we're telling actually could be ripped out of my life.
And then Cool Guy shit his pants at prom.
Oh no!
Popcorn.
Oh no! The tragedy
continues. And then
continues.
Cool Guy ate some bad popcorn.
Really dry, not.
Pierced by popcorn.
So far, this is a story of how four Grim Reapers met up at a cantina and told stories from their times on the road.
Oh.
Pretty much. But yes, let's see what's happening at Dark's Den of Deformity. Now, Mr. Giggles, he wasn't the only one who was thinking about training animals. Fun fact. Our good friend, the Illustrated Lady, she was also going to try to do it, despite her act. I mean, she can't show her fancy tattoos, so she might as well show off her fancy wasp collection. Of course, she wasn't really very good at handling wasps.
Wounded by wasps. Bothered by
Not
bees.
to...
Harried by hornets.
His family has a bad time with bugs.
I also like to think that she was yelled at by yellow jackets.
Oh, almost certainly. I'd be surprised
she
if they
got
weren't.
zinged by the stings.
Darren, I'm suspiciously unresponsive to a lot of things because I've been in all of these situations before. You know, it's like
there's nowhere on earth Cool Guy hasn't shit his pants.
Dude, you take a chance on a risky fart, it turns into a shart. You know, I mean, I'm sorry.
I mean, look, shit happens, man. Also, I'm going to use my other action to discard.
Hello, kitty cat.
Yeah.
Looks like you've got a straight
You only
card
shit
floating.
yourself if you tell someone you have.
There we go. And passes to Mian.
All right. What do I have?
Yeah, Cool Guy, you can see now why these are transparent overlays and not
yes, indeed. Yeah, no.
full cards.
All of a sudden, this makes sense.
Yeah, this is how it works in the physical version too, and it's pretty cool.
Yep.
Oh, man, this pop.
So, unfortunately, our gravekeeper, he thought to himself, well, the mice have some good idea. Maybe I can sell a little bit of this meat. Maybe I can make a couple extra dollars. But unfortunately, something got to him first.
Maggots in the meat.
Honestly, maggots, they're even more greedy than the mice, I swear. Get your own fucking corpse. This is mine.
And I have to discard something because of that.
Was torn limb from limb, rest in pieces.
And I don't think I can actually do anything else. Because I can't kill someone on my second.
Right, you can always pass.
Yeah, so I'm going to go and do that and draw. Ooh, that's rough. Okay, my turn is over.
Well, I, for once, have good news. Good news, everyone! The man that...
It was only a fart!
It was, as a matter of fact, only a fart, and not
wait,
fact...
no, never mind.
And not, in fact, a mob that decided to destroy the butler.
Alright, so let's unlock
the butler made a getaway!
What does it do?
The butler isn't dead.
It either cancels an untimely death as it's being played, or it removes an untimely death card from a dead character.
So the butler, turns out they got the wrong butler.
They did get the wrong butler. And as a matter of fact, because the peasants were so incredibly sad about this and regretful, they threw him big old feast. Toasted in his honor.
In honor of the butler who cheated death. I mean, attempted death at their own hand. Regardless, that's a feat.
I mean, if you burn someone and then you see them the next day, you're like, maybe I should do something nice for that person because they can clearly not die.
It's like when they screwed up killing Rasputin. Only instead they did instead of doubling down and like shooting him and then trying to drown him, they were just like, here, just have more of this poison laced cake. It's fine.
Yeah. You know, actually, funny thing.
Oh, he's not dead.
When people started,
here's the key to the Queen's chambers. We'll see you later.
Yeah. Funny thing. After the revolt against the royal family in Russia, the people of Russia found Rasputin's body and went to burn him on a pyre. But the thing is, they didn't know how to prepare a body for cremation. So when you burn a body without preparing, things like the tendons start to tighten up a lot.
Yeah.
And it can make the body move.
Yeah.
So once the thing started moving up, the body of Rasputin sat right up on his fire, and one person just died of shock on the spot.
I would have in that situation. I mean,
my minions, rise for your master. Let your evil shine. Oh.
Y'all weren't expecting that. Go ahead, Circle. I've been done for like a minute.
Well, it's fine. Speaking of unexpected things, Elisandra, the illustrated woman there, was hiding in her modesty and her shame, and was absolutely not expecting to come across some cute duckies that delighted her.
Oh!
Delighted by ducklings. Draw one card for each duck icon in play.
Including that one.
The fact that there is such a duck icon.
There's an icon specifically for ducks. So I got a card for ducks. Ah, yes, and how are what other things are going on down the hall?
Text, by the way, they say the devil adores a duck.
Ducks are horrible creatures.
Yes, that is why the devil adores them. I'm certain.
Well, the other thing that happened was the feast that the butler was at. It turned out to lock a card in my hand. So can somebody please unlock this card?
Gosh, just go ahead and draw.
There goes that one.
I fixed it.
It turned out to just remind everybody of the last time that he disgraced himself. So we're gonna just remove that modifier. He lost the fame of the feast.
Actually, it was all smoke and mirrors, really.
Whoa.
Boo.
His attempt to covering things up.
How come you're all picking on me?
Dude, that is the most valuable card on the entire board right now. You can't.
And I've got 4 blanks, whereas you guys keep setting up like 4 of your characters to be ready to die.
Yeah,
and I'm just trying to tread water.
You poor mouth this stuff all the time. You can't expect me not to run odds.
I lose the game every time too.
Wait, are we putting in a gold coin for a round of gambling? Is that what's happening?
Anyway, that is my turn. I'm at 5 cards, so I don't get to draw.
Alright. So meanwhile, at the Den of Deformities, things continue to be quite strange indeed. Now, the illustrated woman, she might have been delighted by ducklings, but You know what they say, the devil adores a duck, but no one adores the devil. And so once people found out that she liked ducks, well, she was absolutely shunned by society. No one wanted a thing to do with her.
Jesus.
And also, can you blame them, really? And I also have to discard my entire hand and skip the draw phase for this turn.
Oh, how did you do that?
I probably shouldn't have done that first, actually.
Oh, how'd you fold him like that? That was sick!
I didn't... That wasn't
Another
intentional, but it's
glitch.
bad. Hang on. Actually, mind if I reconsider that real quick? Because I didn't read that in full. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. I'm just that cool.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Darius Stark, he was actually looking for some new animals for the circuit. So he was considering all sorts of things. Tigers, lions, but of course those things are rather expensive. So he decided to go with a less attractive option. Manatees. Of course, manatees are rather violent, so he got mauled swiftly after. They're fierce if you rile them.
Oh god, I read that as they're fierce if you ride them, and I'm like, oh well.
Honestly, I want to figure out precisely how you managed to rile a manatee. Like that, in and of itself, seems like an animated short worth seeing.
Existing in their presence seems to be one of them.
I took his lettuce and called him a bitch.
Alright, that's my turn, and I don't get cards.
Killing animals that don't understand a bitch is almost a pastime of mine.
There's a no, they be stealing my bucket.
Oh, jeez.
Wait,
that was a walrus.
We sure about that?
Yeah, he was a walrus. A manatee is more gray and
Alright, you know
oblong.
what? I'm gonna see about putting this on the stream real quick. I think I'll let the stream decide whether or not that's a manatee or not.
Cool guy, are you saying you don't trust in my ability to identify waterborne mammals?
Well, okay, never mind. I looked into to know your meme, and it's an elephant seal.
It's an elephant seal?
It's an elephant seal, apparently.
We were both wrong.
Yeah.
Damn. They played us like a damn fiddle!
They did at that. They did at that.
Relatively speaking, Castle Slogar is doing quite well.
Well, I have bad news about about our teddy bear.
Oh
And
goodness,
he was stuck on that train for a while, and so there wasn't a lot to eat. You know, some drippings of water, maybe some moss, and honestly, that gives you a little bit of a tummy ache.
I was distressed by dysentery.
Ugh.
And so it looks like Cool Guy can pick and throw away 2 of my cards.
Oh,
Random.
Okay, sure. I'll take this one and that one. Oh, I got an event card out of that.
Yeah,
That was a good pull there.
Yeah, I got
Second
lucky there because like you play that one and he could have just killed 2 people. Like whatever, here you go.
Yeah,
you're dead.
I'm honestly fine with that one getting pulled because I still can't use event cards, and I more needed to get like a good death card in my hand to get rid of this freaking teddy bear.
No, you covered up the cannot use events.
Yeah, you covered it up on.
You could have played Misfortune Favors the Old as your second action.
Yep.
Oh well,
since your first was covering that up.
Oh well, whatever. And it's Cool Guy's turn.
All right. All right. Let me see here. exactly how.
It is an elephant seal, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so
Big
it
squishy buggers.
was an absolutely amazingly bad day for the what am I playing again? Blackwater.
The Blackwater Watch.
Blackwater Watch, yes. An absolutely terrible day. You have no idea. First of all, it turns out that the matriarch has been plagued by sores for a long time. The brave woman, she has absolutely just been attempting to keep it under wraps. It hasn't worked. Hasn't worked at all.
Look,
sore loser.
Look, when you have the gout for 2 years straight, sometimes you just don't talk.
True story. And the poor groundskeeper, he attempted to get over his fear of the topiary by going on holiday, but all it did was it made everything worse. It was the worst holiday ever to strike any person.
Took a holiday to the Home Depot gardening section.
And the walls were closing in. They were literally growing inward on him. It's just
What kind of hotel is this?
absolutely god awful.
That was the Hyatt, wasn't it? Probably the Hyatt.
As long as it wasn't the Hilton. Because Paris might have just popped right in. Listening to that woman's voice alone, that will ruin any holiday. Circle your
Sounds about right.
Fuck, that's hot.
Look at this. Look at this nonsense.
What am I looking at?
I now have to damage control.
Dude mage control.
Honestly, this family is quite interesting. The only
over here, minus 60 over here, but no, I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, you were until literally 15 seconds ago.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, your family is doing just fine. Even the butler's doing all right. He's
but doing just fine is terrible in this game.
Yeah.
Oh, my name's Circle Master. It's all puppies and sunshine.
God damn it! Now the card on the left is stuck.
Well, I mean, hey, if it's poppies, at least you got if it's poppies, you at least got opium.
Final card, can you please grab the card on the left?
Oh shit. Hold on.
I don't
there you go.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Yeah, if you shuffle them around, that seems to fix it.
All right.
Ooh, charmed by the circus.
She was charmed by her own circus because she's just that narcissistic.
The life is starting to grow on her. What can you say?
And meanwhile, Mr. Stark, the handyman, did a job for a lonely matron, and sparks flew, and they married magnificently.
Possibly the last.
Why is 1 0 and 1 plus 15? What is that? I don't get that.
Because the 0 overwrites the minus 20.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Like, you score the points on what's visible on the card.
So, does that only apply for only the top card applies?
Well,
no,
if
only
you look top down
through the top. You look at the top down.
Yeah, that's why
I got it now. Yeah. Okay,
that's why they're transparent.
Oh, I might be an idiot.
A little bit.
Colonel,
am I an idiot?
Colonel, I'm trying to sneak around this base, but I'm dummy thick, and I keep alerting guards from the sounds of my ass cheeks.
Colonel, I'm stupid thick.
Walk up to a ladder to use it.
Colonel, I'm stupid thick, and my ass cheeks keep clapping.
Snake, I understand that you're deaf and you probably can't hear it, but you gotta feel them slapping out of there.
Colonel, I'm too juicy.
Snake, you need to use your ass cheeks as a CQC technique.
Cord, you're up.
And I can't be up. I don't have cards.
Yeah, so...
I guess
I draw, and that's it.
Yeah.
My turn.
See me up.
Alright, so... That's what the teddy bear is looking like. With the bat. Alright, so what I think is... Let's take a look at everybody's stuff real quick. Okay, alright. Alright, so I think that... So I can kill anyone, right?
Yup.
Anyone with a negative self-worth.
And it looks like that butler's only negative 20 now.
Why are you picking on me?
Negative 10. Alright, so that's that. Okay, what was that married one? Let me take a
Why
look
are
at
we
that.
targeting the player in last place?
He's around.
What's under this top one right here?
It literally doesn't matter what's under the top one.
It kind of does to me.
Unless he's got an event.
Unless you want to remove what's on the top, then yeah, somebody has to unlock it.
What's right under it?
Was swindled by a salesman, -10 in the middle.
Minus 10 in the middle?
Yep, and has a money modifier.
Do they have to... Does 0 count? Can I kill them at 0?
No.
It has to be negative.
I was
right.
just looking at that.
Well, it seems like that's probably the best time to strike is when they have a very low, and it appears that someone was recently delighted by ducklings.
Hmm?
And in fact, they followed the ducklings along, and just sort of never came back.
Good riddance.
Oh, but I do have some rather tragic news. As it appears that, if I switch that one and that one... Yeah, that'll be entertaining. Well, it's less tragic news and more confusing news. As you see, it was actually the butler that was married. And, it was... Oh, who is that guy?
Groundskeeper.
The handyman.
And the groundskeeper was the one who was celebrated. They look very similar, so go ahead and switch those top cards.
This is so weird.
Because that will put the butler at 0.
I think Final Court has to unlock them.
Oh, yeah. There we go. You can swap them out.
And I believe that is my turn.
And, this one needs to be unlocked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it'll cover up the bigger number on the butler.
And locked. Everything's locked.
Okay.
And it'll make the groundskeeper ripe for a very low damage killing.
Oh, I've made a terrible mistake.
I mean, you're playing Tabletop Simulator on a Saturday night, so...
I mean, look, at least this time there wasn't an entire bottle of whiskey involved.
Cord, I need you to unlock my my hand.
Oh.
Also, Circle, you're gonna be up.
What? That's the most ridiculous event card I've ever seen. Oh god, I'm using that next turn even if it's useless.
Okay.
Oh, are you just drawing your hand up?
Yeah, because it all bugged out.
No, but I mean, you're not taking any actions. You're just passing.
Yeah, I didn't have any cards to play.
All right.
Cord, I've got these last two on either side of my name that are still for...
Yeah, I think there must be some kind of scripting on this that locks the cards so they don't, like, stack and hide the ones under them or something. That's why they keep locking.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what the issue is.
Hey, cool guy, I'm going to put a card in your hand just so you can look at it, because I'm going to play it next turn, and I want the chat to see.
Sweet God. Okay.
Just take a look at that!
Wow. Jesus Christ. That's
Can I have that back now, please?
If I could touch it, yes.
Apparently not.
I can't actually touch it.
I got it. This
Okay,
one?
Great. Yes, that's the one.
Everybody gets to see it but Circle.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, well, I'm just going to take my turn
ridiculous.
then. So after the handyman turned out to be at this feast, where he was famous, he didn't know how he got there. It was very sudden. It turns out he also found himself with a bear.
I mean,
that ate him.
If I had a nickel.
Every time that one happened.
If I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd actually be able to afford lunch.
Absolutely brilliant.
And meanwhile, the butler, who found himself married, was so excited at this sudden change of fortune that he was skipping down the lane and accidentally fell down a well.
The negative self-worth score, you can play an untimely death on it as a free play.
Yeah, so would you please lock that card?
Yep.
Because you see, he fell down that well, and it was so deep and dark that nobody could hear his cries for help. He was so alone, and after just finding love, it was tragic to be so cut off after being alone for so long and having that sweet taste of companionship and what it was really like in life, and have it to be untimely ripped away from him, and he just died of despair.
Womp, 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 womp.
Truly a terrible fate.
Alright, you're up, Cord.
A fate I someday hope to share, because I don't know what love is.
See.
What is love? We just don't know.
Oh, baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
I do, however, believe in life after.
Fucking Christ, if this card is fucking stuck floating, I can't do the shuffle thing.
Who's hurting the most out
Oh,
here?
you killed the butler?
Can you please get this card to stop floating? I can't shuffle it around to fix it.
On. There we go.
Cards are so silly.
These are very silly cards.
Click the cards on the table rather than in your hand. That works better.
Now, our good friend Elias Igor.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You picked up that rules reference and it shifted all of the cards in my hand, and now I can't... Oh my god.
Yipes.
Oh, boy. That's what I get for throwing things off the table.
Yes. Now, things are quite interesting over here. Over at Castle Slogar. Now, Elias Igor, he digs graves. He's surrounded by death, and you see so many of these tragic deaths, all the same deaths over and over again, all pointless and sad. But he feels a comfort that at least his death can be unique. In all of these lands, he will die in a way that no one else has, peacefully.
What?
We should all be so lucky.
He died without
that just
cares.
removes it.
And it wipes the slate clean.
Alright, bitch, that's how you won't play?
And let's see here. Oh, and of course, over here, there's not only Butler's getting wed, but even the old dam is able to find someone. Because she she was miraculously wed.
Was wondrously well read. Apparently had
Wondrously well wed. And then I draw.
And we're going to need to reshuffle pretty soon.
Oh wow, huh? Is there a rule for when deck runs empty?
It doesn't really say. I was looking for that earlier.
Alright, my turn?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as it turns out, we found out the real reason that the teddy bear went to prison. He'd been grave robbing.
Stole from a step. Embezzling if they're still in.
And now, did you know that some people never existed? Did you know that there was a person who simply never was?
I'm so...
he never existed. He never was.
Darius Dark never
He didn't.
He never was.
He couldn't have been.
Absolutely.
I mean, to think that a real person would assemble such a circus is laughable.
Yeah. What sort of idiot?
Darius Dark just doesn't exist.
I mean, it's in his name, Dark. Of course, he's not real.
Alright, I'm discarding. I'm discarding it all. Oh no, I already took my turn. Shit. I keep forgetting. I can't.
Oh yeah, just
can't.
Draw the entire.
It's an action to discard.
Oh no! How do I put it back?
Swear to Christ.
This game's hard. What the hell? Alright, I think I got him.
Oh my god.
Shit, no, now I have the wrong ones.
Honestly,
Fuck.
just we need to reshuffle the damn thing anyway. Let's just
here, let me just toss these in. Shit, they're glitched. Hold on.
It's gotta have
god, I found them!
It's gotta have something to do with the scripting that you have for them stacking on the cards. Like that's the only thing I can think of that makes sense.
I guess the cards somehow vanished into the ether over here. Alright, now I gotta draw my hand back. So I'm gonna start from the... Oh, for fuck's sake. Just one. Give me one, please. And then we'll draw from here.
Yep.
Might as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So, my turn. Now then. So, one thing that we are all familiar with is the fact that sometimes it turns out things just didn't happen. And in this case, All that shit that happened in that bear just did not fucking happen.
Whoa!
Well, it is just a stuffed animal after all.
Because none of that shit happened.
This is very confusing.
I agree.
You got bailed out.
No, you're putting it on top of the deck.
I'm gonna shuffle it, don't worry. There we go.
Ah, now the card is bared once more.
Why did you shuffle it into the deck instead of putting it into the discard pile?
Because it's a pretty thin deck as is, and I just...
Yeah, it's just whatever. It's not that big.
Yeah, same difference in the end.
What do I want to do for the second act? Well, the other thing that happened is that the dog ended up getting into the beer. This turned out to be Rimworld, and he just had all sorts of fun with that shit.
I don't know.
Alright, there we go. We're good. Your turn, Circle.
Alright.
I'm not doing great over here.
So, the twins being young and, parents, let's face it, they're backward people. I don't want to just come out and say it, but they're anti-vaxxers.
Oh, no!
So the twins were plagued by the pox as a result of not being properly vaccinated against
Eat these crystals.
Easily preventable diseases.
I mean, come on. You can get vaccinated at Walmart these days, seriously.
My kids aren't going to get smallpox because I gave birth with a quartz in my urethra. They're fine.
Oh, that's a new one.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like that should just be like -20, -20, -20. Just born with quartz in urethra. Don't care where that urethra is positioned in your body. That is just misery.
It's the Master Emerald.
Fucking.
And then it was a stormy night. So I'm going to draw 4 cards, if this will let me. And then I get to play one as a free play. And then I have to discard down to my draw limit. And the parents having the backwards medical beliefs, they're anti-vaxxers, they're also homeopathic. They decided to try to treat the pox by, burning the sores out, and that didn't work out so well for the twins. They were too badly burned, and they died.
Every time I look at one of the untimely death cards and I see that little crow staring at me, I get the dumbest fucking grin on my face.
Yeah, I do too, but it's because of that one video of a crow playing with a squeaky ball.
Oh man, it's a great one.
Yeah, that video is great. It's just having such a good time.
I like the one that's the picture that has a crow with a knife in its beak, and it's just extremely menacing.
As crows tend to be, but honestly, this one especially so.
Honestly, sometime before I die, I want to train a literal murder of crows to work like that. Just a whole bunch of crows that go around and mess with people on the sidewalk by clacking knives at them.
Oh, give us smooth, give us silky.
I once read a story of a guy who would feed crows stuff as he was like on the walks, as he was like walking and stuff. And the crows would give him stuff, the little shiny bits they found. And, that seems normal enough. But eventually they started giving him money.
Nice.
Like, at one point the crows just drop him a $20 bill. And he wonders just like, am I like funding the Crow Mafia?
Cord, I think you're up.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what to do here. And I got distracted by talking about crows. It's a very easy way to distract yourself.
Sounds about right.
Now, Cousin Mordecai. You know, it was pretty bad to get pierced by porcupines, but, you know, after hearing of such an alliterative piercing, they decided to keep with the trend, and he was popular in Parliament after being pierced by porcupines. Luckily, the voters are morons. And let us see.
I have 2 people dead, and I'm only at negative 15. This ain't great.
Now, the thing about, let's see here. Now, the thing about Mr. Giggles, you know, he has a thing for training animals, right? And so he decided to try something with, weasels. You know, weasels are fun, they're cute little things. The thing is, you don't buy budget weasels, because you know what budget weasels are? They're basically piranhas with legs. He was devoured by them.
Dear God, man. Actually, I don't think you can play that since you are this is the second thing.
Yeah.
Shit, you're right.
You can't play an Untimely Death as your second play unless it specifies on the card.
Yeah. Actually, in that case, Mordecai, you'll be popular later.
You have to watch this man be killed first. Now you're popular.
First you die, then you're popular. That's how it works.
It's like being an artist.
Being a yeah. I mean, sob stories are great for popularity, trust me. I mean, you pushed that anti-weasel bill, and that really got you the votes. Yeah, also, this death is worth an extra plus 10 with the animal modifier.
Yep. I've been sitting here trying to get decent modifiers so I can actually have a decent death like this entire game, and it has not been working.
Yeah, I have not been lucky.
Alright,
my turn?
Yep.
Hold on, my cards are glitched. There we go. Alright. Let's see, what do I have?
Retail this stream to glitch guy's life.
Alright. Give me your cards.
Nah. Let's not.
Smoke and mirrors.
Well, fuck me, I guess. I think that this girl grew old without grace.
I mean, look, puberty hits us all pretty hard, right?
She didn't actually change how she looks. She just got older.
Oh god, it's a fucking...
really pissed off about it.
It's the John Mulaney problem.
Final chord. Throw 2 of my cards in the garbage.
Wow, that tall child looks terrible!
You can't keep burning the candle at both ends, tall child! His Delta Airline one might be one of my favorites. Give me some good cards, cocksucker.
Alright, cool guy.
Ugh. God, I still have a pretty shitty go at these.
You got like 8 cards in your hand. Some of them have to be good.
You'd be surprised. So, all right. One of the ravages of old age is that you keep getting sick. And that is definitely what kept happening to the old dam. Just could not stop getting sick. Got over her boils and got tuberculosis. You played Crusader Kings 2, you know that's like the old thing of consumption. And what else? And the other thing is that, fortunately for little Miss Thumbelisa, the Archbishop of Canterbury was coming by and heard her story of starving in a storm, decided she was an incredible avatar of perseverance, and decided to bless her specifically.
I hope she didn't use holy water.
I get the feeling that that's going to be the next chapter in this tale, to turn that positive into a negative. It just like triggered a horrible amount of PTSD inside of her. Anyway, I'm done. Go ahead, Circle.
Well, he gets to do the effect on that.
Let's see. You may discard any number of cards in your hand. Draw on until you reach your limit. You can take your turn while I poke through these. Hold on.
Well, since the twins died at the hands of the anti-vaxxer parents, unfortunately it was the nanny who took the brunt of the blame for it, as, you know, some would argue she ought to, being the caretaker of the children. And for some reason, they unleashed some very verbose tigers onto her.
Taunted by tigers.
You know, they were paper tigers, so they didn't actually have teeth. But it was still very, very distressing to be blamed for deaths that she had no control over. And unfortunately, that wasn't the end of the medical malpractice in the family. You see, Lola over here inherited her anti-vax practices from her mother, so as she had minor scrapes and bruises, the gangrene would set in.
Who likes to lose a limb?
And that's it for me.
Right, now... Thumbelisa, she was having a bit of a... but she did get a twist of fate. So I can replace this top card.
Shit.
And now I'm not sure if replacing it will count as it being played because of the effect on this. What would you say? Would replacing it count as it being played, or
I
being
think it does, yeah. You would still have to discard your whole hand.
In that case, first put this in my hand. And she ended up getting marooned on the moors. The bishop couldn't find her. She was on the moors.
And are you going to free play to end the game?
Oh, it is tempting. It is tempting.
I mean,
So
it's pretty obvious you would win. If one entire family dies, yeah, that's the end of the game.
Oh, yeah. Well...
And of course, out on the moors, you know, there's all kinds of sickness in that water. You don't want to swim in that. Try she might, though. And she was overcome by the measles.
Womp, 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 womp.
Alright, so add up the scores of your dead people only.
Yeah, I only had 15 because you covered up all mine. And I had just drawn this too.
Really bad. Like I was going to be using disappearing in the fog or was consumed from within for the old dam, but that was finally like the first halfway decent death I could get out of the entire game.
Yeah, I kind of got as I kept drawing cards that I could not use.
Alright, so let's see. Mine is minus 30, minus 20, minus 10, minus 20. That's 80.
Yeah, I thought everybody had to die for the game
it's one
to end.
family.
No, when one entire family dies, the game ends.
Alright, break out the
minus
momentum mortem.
65, so yeah, final score obviously won.
Break out the memento mortem. We got a mystery to solve.
What?
That was a Return of the Obra Dinn reference, man.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
That was the stopwatch.
The pocket watch. Yeah.
Stopwatch.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was about the Oberdin because it wasn't racist.
This freaking guy over here. It is. However,
I haven't played that game yet.
Yeah.
It is Victorian England, so there you go.
All right, can I flip the table?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's less dramatic with all the cards locked. Hey!
Oh God.
Yeah, geez, there you are. Now you're coming down with it.
So yeah, you're really the lesson is play the Steam version of this instead of the tabletop version.
Yeah, Under normal circumstances, I do a second game, but the scripting is a little bit messed up, and I'm not going to lie. My stamina is still kind of shot from dealing with all of this.
Yeah.
Crap. Yeah.
Coolguy went back down to level 1.
So.
Yeah, it's shorter stream, so. But yeah, short and sweet.
Please don't die.
Yeah, it's totally fine. But yeah, Cord, you and I will talk again soon. We'll look at hitting this back again next week. So
excellent.
Thank you everybody for coming along, and we'll see y'all later.
Thanks for putting up with me.
Good night.